Before we call the meeting to order, I'll ask Rita to open us with prayer.
Will y'all stand with me? Heavenly Father, we thank you for loving us and abundantly blessing us every day. You are always listening for our prayers and so graciously giving us answers. So many times we see your handiwork when we think of the events that happen in our sequences that only you could have made happen. We continue to pray for our leadership from D.C., Frankfurt, and locally. How important every decision we make for the city council is for the community. I pray that each of us weighs the possible consequences before we vote and that we listen to the Holy Spirit for the desired vote. Everything we do today will have an effect on the direction of our community for years to come. We pray these in Jesus' name. Amen.
Before you sit down, we'll have a pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, welcome everyone to August 10th, 2026 City Council meeting. And we'll have a roll call, please.
Tony?
Here.
Rita?
Here,
Lisa? Here. Ron?
Here.
Steve? Steve?
Here, I think.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is approval of the July 13th, 2026 meeting minutes.
Make a motion, we approve. Second. I second the motion.
I have a question.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead with the second. Under Public Works Report, should that read, Mayor Phelps presented the report for Mr. Lane? He wasn't in attendance, was he? Wasn't that the time he was out of
That's
the,
correct, he was not.
he wasn't here?
He was here last month.
No,
No,
No, he was
no,
on-
he was,
here.
I
he
think
was
Jim,
You're right,
Jim
you're right.
read,
He
I
was
think, I think.
out
Reed
west
was right.
somewhere or something, you said.
Jim read his report.
You're right. He wasn't
I
here.
mean, it's not a major thing, but it just kind of caught my eye.
Any other additions or deletions to the minutes? All those favors, say aye. Any opposed, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is financial statements. Hope everyone had time to go through 3 months' worth. That's totally out of our control, but the county did get us caught up.
I make a motion, we approve the financial statements. Second.
Okay, any questions or comments about the financial?
You gonna do them all at once, or is this just me?
Do you want one?
Yeah, we can do them all at once.
Okay, the only question I had was the payment on fiscal court. Is that the end of the money that passed through for the city? That,
No, that was for dispatch.
was it dispatch money?
Our
It was
portion
a
of this-
size-
Portion of dispatch, yeah.
It was a sizable amount. I had not seen that much before.
I think usually it's broken down into multiple payments throughout the year.
So you're doing it in one lick like we do insurance and some of the other things?
They did this time, that's how they
Okay.
billed it this time.
I didn't, that was the only thing that kind of,
Any other questions about the financial statements? Okay, all those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is Myra Cobalt with Boulder County Snipping Clip. If, you got the floor.
Okay, well, good evening. And I'm not used to having my back to everybody, but I'm told Facebook is going, so I'll face this way.
You'll have 10 minutes, so
I'm sorry,
10 minutes.
Tim, okay. I have Denise Martin, who is also going to be speaking, so I'll be brief in my opening comments. So I'm actually with Friends of Hardin County Animal Shelter, yes, Hardin County. Why am I here? Because Denise and I, we sat down a few years ago to talk about unwanted cats that are roaming the community and how do we kind of nip that in the bud, literally and figuratively. Out of those conversations was born LaRue County Snipping Clip. And so we have put together volunteers, smart minds that have done trap and neuter clinics, TNR, you may be familiar. I'm so wanting to turn around. You're used to seeing where some cats may have like clipped ears. That's to signify that it has been spay and neutered, so not reproducing anymore. So that's been our focus, is to be able to fix as many cats as we can. We started this in early 2024. I am proud to say that just over 2 years, we've had 8 field-based clinics, meaning we have set up shop at the fairgrounds. We then moved to an empty building in Magnolia that the county lets us use. We are literally in whatever space is allowed for us to use. We've had 8 of those, including a 3-day TNR event, that trap, neuter, and release that I talked about. That one actually was done with LaRue County's animal control officer. Through those 8 clinics, we have been able to spay or neuter 214 cats. Now, I think that's amazing, and I'm glad to see some people agreeing. But we had a fundraising event last year because it's largely been the generosity of Denise and her late husband, Brian Martin. I'm going to let her talk about why in just a moment, but we felt like this is a community issue. We needed to try to get the community involved through awareness, first of all, that we're doing this, and that we're wanting to raise additional funds so that we can fix even more cats. And so that fundraising event last year was able to help offset the cost of almost 2 clinics for this year. We want to do it again later in September. That's why we're here. We've got flyers to give everyone. So I'm not wanting to ask Denise to come up and talk about what got her wanting to do something about this, since she lives in the area. So I'm going to come back at the end to talk about why everyone should care, not just us animal loving people. So.
Hi. Thank you for your time. My name is Denise Martin, and my late husband Brian and I moved to this county in 2003. We came to love this county, but we saw places of need. We volunteered at the extension office and supported the food banks in our area, but our first big foray into philanthropy here in this community was to support the CHAMP initiative. We kicked the ball. Get it? Pun intended. And helped LaRue County kids have a new football field and track. Then we realized there was little support for the unhomed cat populations everywhere in this county. We are ardent animal lovers and know the best way to help these populations and the people who help them is to spay and neuter those cats. So, with the help of Focus, we set about doing just that. Despite the results that Myra just shared and the work the county does with the state grants, we know there is a lot of work left to do. That is why I would like to personally invite each of you, your spouses, your friends, and all of your checkbooks to our second annual Snip and Clip fundraiser at Mathers Mill on September 18th, starting at 5 p.m. until 6:30. There is no charge to attend. You will receive every person that comes will receive a drink ticket if you're over 21 and would like a beverage. The caterer and the bar service is being provided by Back Home Again Restaurants, and I got their stuff at a event I went to in the spring, and it was delicious. 100% of the donations will go to future Snip and Clip clinics. I am focused, no pun intended. That's okay. On helping these animals and helping all of us, because we don't need all these cats. And the best way to get rid of them is to make sure that they cannot reproduce. Thank you.
What kind of price per animal do you have to?
Myra.
That's the perfect segue for me to come back up.
Thank you.
So yes, thank you for asking that. So on average, it's about $160
Correct.
to fix a cat. And that's the vet's costs, that's vaccinations, that's supplies. All of the other work that's done are all volunteers. We're all volunteers. We're doing this because we want to help curb the unwanted cat population. And so, so thank you for that question. That's why we're raising money, because it's basically, it's been Denise and her husband, Brian. And so it's easy for people to say, well, why should we care? Because again, we're about animals. But I think it's important that you all know that if you do nothing and turn a blind eye to it, this is a staggering number. It's a cat pyramid. For those of you that may or may not be aware of it, an unspayed female cat, her mate, and all of their offspring, producing about 2 litters per year, with 2.8 surviving kittens, because a lot of kittens born out don't survive. But if you put all those numbers together, in 1 year, they'll have 12 kittens. In 5 years, that number rolls to almost 12,000. In 9 years, it's over 11 million. If anybody wants to see this. So if you do nothing, that's what you're talking about. And so we want to help with that problem. We've got the solution. We've got a pretty slick system to making it work. We just need the funds to keep it going and to do as many as we can. So, yes.
Do the places that you're using in LaRue County free, or are you?
Yes, they are. We try to get everything donated to us other than the vet. And if anybody knows anybody that is willing to do it for free, we do that too. But yeah, so that's why this fundraising event is so important to us. And if anybody has any questions, you can reach us through the QR code. That's an RSVP. We just asked if you're wanting to come, but otherwise.
People make donations through that QR code?
Not through this. This is just to let us know that you're coming.
Okay.
But on our website, you can. Okay. And I want to reassure everybody that every penny that is raised for LaRue County Snip and Clip stays in LaRue County. Just because it comes to focus, it's earmarked for LaRue County.
What is the website? It's not on here, I don't think.
It's so FOHCAS.org. The QR code will actually take you to our website. It's just the landing page is the RSVP part. But yes, if anybody wants to give outside of the event, we'll take that too.
But please come.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Questions? Or if anybody.
I would like to see us donate to this program.
A donation.
$500.
Yeah, I think I talked to Myra about that before, that hopefully we could do that.
That would be fantastic.
Make a motion.
I'll make a motion, we donate $500.
And I'll second.
Yeah, that's good.
Thank you so much. That's wonderful.
And I can tell you,
Yeah. I feel like I'm in the
I
way.
have a stray cat that showed up at my shop that the vet said she's a miniature pumpkin head. She looks like a pumpkin.
Sure.
It was $500 by the time I got done at the vet with her.
Right.
So it's just a little bitty gray cat.
Right.
Well, I would like to add one other thing. Myra, they did studies. One of the reasons why it's $160 is that in addition to the distemper vaccine and the rabies vaccine, because cats can carry rabies, not very often, but it can happen. We also put these drops on the back of these animals' necks that protect them from fleas and ticks and internal parasites for 30 days. That's called revolution. And that helps them heal, because we just want them to heal and go about being their thing, but not have any more babies. That's why it's $160. But that's significantly cheaper
Oh, yeah.
than that $500 you spent on
Yeah.
pumpkin.
I didn't know you all existed.
Yes. Well, if another one shows up, come to the next LaRue County. We'll handle you. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second on the floor. All those favors say aye. Okay,
Thank you.
I guess we can, I've got your email, so.
Yes.
Beth, get in touch with you and see where we need to send it.
Okay, that'd be perfect. Thank you so
All right,
much.
Thank you
Thank
all.
you.
Thank you.
Spay or neuter your pets?
I'm gonna slip something in here. Brad Amos. Come up. Brad is, some of you may have remember meeting Brad. Brad works for USG Water, which has been name changed since we've been associated with you all several times. Brad he's the rep that sold us the water meters, the AMI system. They're also the same company that cleans and paints our water towers.
If you like the aviator design, I did it. If you don't like it, I didn't do it.
So what he's here to just give us some information tonight. We did a little tour of the water plant yesterday morning, and I think Ryan was kind of amazed at how we get clean water. But part of that system is there's 3 filter basins in the building. That's the final filter. And actually, if you want to see, this is what they look like. They're from coarse gravel all the way up to anthracite, which is actually coal, but we call it carbon because it sounds more pleasant than coal. But each one of those 3 basins, and Ryan saw what they look like. They're just big, huge basins. Water comes up through that. That's the final filtration of water before it goes into the clear well and then sent out to your houses. Those have to be rehabbed ever so often, which you can replace the media in it. That's a cheap way to do it. But what Brad brought us a proposal is they would, well, you just go ahead and tell them what you're gonna do.
So it's very specific, all those dimensions or the depths are for the proper filtration, because as the water comes through, they'll blow oxygen up through it, and it settles out in the same ratio all the way through. But outside of that, there's under drains that are below it, and they're made of clay tiles, and they've been in since the plant was built. So part of that is removal of all that, but then inspection of all the drains below to make sure they're still intact and replacing the ones that are broken. And then you do this every 15-ish years. So the interior walls have never been painted again. So we would remove all the media, inspect the under drains, clean all of the carbon off the side of the walls, and rehab. And there's just rehab it and repaint it basically, and then install the media back in it. The one thing that we do that's different than most other companies is after we finish it, well, we help financially spread the cost of it out, but we also maintain it for 15, 20 years. So if they ever run into issues again, then they just make one phone call and we come out and take care of it. So
Do you do one basin at a time?
well, you can, but yes,
Or is there any
it will be all
interruption to water
3.
service, or?
It'll be all 3 at one mobilization, but each done individually. So no, when we would do it when the water demand is at the lowest, which is the fall, like right around late fall, early winter, that's the best time to do it because the demand is so low. You obviously don't want to do it in the summer because you got pools and water and everybody's watering the yards and everything. But so yeah, so we would work with their teams as far as putting them, taking them out of service and rebuilding them back up. So yeah, I mean, I think maybe a month total would be the whole project, but
What kind of cost do you look at with that?
he's got all of that. I don't have that on me.
If we do the full rehab of this, it's about $500,000. Which we didn't get a chance to. Brad was on his way down here, got caught in some traffic, but we haven't worked out the details. I think what your proposal is stretched out over like 10 years, I think, wasn't it?
It was a 5-year on the renovation, but 10 years total with maintenance and stuff.
But it hasn't been done. Ed, do you remember the last time it was done?
Before I started here, running 11 years ago.
So I think, Chuck, do you have any,
It was put in 2000, Sheriff said.
so it's way overdue.
Because they've gotten their life out of
They've
it.
added anthracite back to them a couple times, I think.
We had another company come in and core drill, and they were not in bad shape. They definitely need to be rehabbed. But what happens is, a lot of it is, they have to constantly wash these things and flush them, which we'll get into in a little bit. But it's time to have it done.
I mean, after seeing it yesterday, you know, I mean, and it's rather impressive what we do with what we have, just for anybody that hasn't seen what we do down there and how old some of the things, moving parts that we have are.
I went there a month ago and I was totally impressed with what we have,
Yeah,
for
but
as old as it is.
Yeah, I think it is important for, you know, I mean, these are the types of things that it's a lot of money and it's hard to spend this kind of money and you don't see it, but it's the most important things behind the scenes, so.
We talk all the time, like the cheapest time to do it is gonna be right now.
Right.
It's not gonna get any
Yeah,
cheaper.
I'm sure it's like everything else.
Yes.
So, I don't have any exact details to tell you what kind of expense we'll have per year. First couple of years, 2, 3
The
years.
first 5, you're paying the renovation, but
What I'd like for y'all to do is make a motion to allow me to work with Brad on the financing.
Are there any grants available for anything like that?
For the water.
Nothing right now. We apply for anything that comes through. It's just, there's nothing that we've been able to find that.
it takes forever to get them for the grants.
It's okay,
to
we can
get
wait
'em.
for it, if it's gonna pay for a big chunk of it.
Yeah, I don't know what's available. I usually don't deal with that part of it, but.
I'll make the motion that we authorize the mayor to proceed with this project.
Second. I think it's important to remember that's our lifeline, you know,
Gotta have the
other
water.
than electricity, your water is what you depend on
Got to have-
more than anything.
Got to have water. I'm worried about the bridge.
You know, I think it's important that we invest in the right areas. So,
Keep
Okay.
it clean.
We've got a motion, a question, or a motion and a second, so the floor is open for any questions, anybody, from anybody.
Yeah,
Yes.
I could.
Got any questions for Brad? They have been an excellent company to work with. So, kind of like to stick with them.
You had said that if there was an issue or a problem and it's just one call, how long is that like warranty? Like how long do you?
As long as they continue with the maintenance, it'll last in perpetuity until they say stop, Brad. Basically. That's the same way the tank program works and the meter program works as well. So it's just, yeah, he's got one throat to choke, I guess. That's mine.
Okay, any other questions?
No.
All right, we got a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Okay, thanks, Brad. And if you wanna stay, you can stay. If you wanna get back to Lexington, Brad's from Lexington.
I'll stay for a little bit.
Okay, next item on the agenda is the police department report.
Evening, everyone. The police department took 499 calls for service in the month of July. So it got a little busy for the month of July. There was 89 citations issued in July. 21 of those citations were arrests. 68 of those were non-arrests. We opened up 13 case reports. Also for personnel, Officer Minor finished his PFTO as now working night shift officer. So he out by himself. Also with the personnel, with HPD being shorthanded on road units, we had to utilize Sergeant Bennett along with SRO Hughes from the school over this summer Sergeant Bennett covered day shift. We utilized SRO Hughes as a night shift road unit. So he actually worked third shift all summer through the week, just like he would if he was on a road unit rotating same days off every week, and we rotated weekends off. Through training, SRO Hughes attended A-RIDE July 15th and 16th. If you don't know what A-RIDE stands for, Advanced Roadside Impairment Driving Enforcement. On July 25th, HPD conducted the physical test or written test for applicants for a police officer as a recruit. I reached out to 10 applicants and total, but of the day of testing, we had 5 to show up. 4 out of the 5 passed the physical condition part. Unfortunately, no one passed the written test. So we didn't have anybody on that particular roster that we can go through with the process with. With that being said, we've extended the application process now to August the 28th, and there'll be another test conducted in September. Miscellaneous. HPD would also like to thank all the sponsors for the 4th of July celebration. Another great force. What else we have going on? Friday, July the 31st, HPD, along with a couple of LaRue County Sheriff's deputies, conducted a safety checkpoint at the intersection of Greensburg Road and North L&N in Buffalo. There was 4 hours between 8 to 12. There was 19 citations issued, along with 1 DUI arrest from that safety checkpoint. And now HPD now has a MOU with the Department of Interior and Federal Park Service to provide law enforcement to Abraham-Dilla Parks here, the National Park Services, both of them. What that means now, we can enforce state laws on the federal park itself. The only thing we can't do is trespass someone from the federal park. If it comes to that point to where they need to be trespassed or anything, we have to contact Park Agency in Mammoth Cave, and we just detain that person here until a park ranger gets here from Mammoth Cave to do that on federal parkland. So, any questions?
No.
What? All right.
Is it pretty typical for that many people, for people to take those tests and then pass that and not pass the written? I mean, is that pretty standard?
Yes, it is. It is. I think the very first testing we had here that Hodgenville ever had, I was a part of. There was 10 of us that tested. There was 8 of us, I think, passed the POPS test, and there was only 5, maybe 6, if I think right, Beth, that passed the written test. That got called back for the oral board interviews. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's nothing. I mean, it's nothing hard, but it's timed. So you're thinking in your head that whole time, that time's going off, and you're trying to do stuff on paper because you're not allowed your phone, you're not allowed calculators, anything like that. And some of the very first section of that test is math. And it's basic adding, subtraction, multiplication, division, but you're thinking I'm timed. And that's typical. Everybody always seems to fail section 1. And then they'll do good on the rest of the sections. So, any other questions? All right, thank you.
Thanks, Jerry. Next item is fire department report.
Good evening, everyone. For the month of July, we had 5 calls for service, 1 for a natural gas smell, 1 for an EMS assist, 1 for an elevator entrapment, 1 for a kitchen fire, and 1 for a bathroom fire. None of them were serious. Pretty quiet month, actually.
Good. Really be quiet.
Yeah.
Any questions for anyone?
Good.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
I'd hate to get in the elevator.
Next item on the agenda is maintenance department report.
We've had a couple water leaks on service lines, one on East High Street, one on West Water Street. We've got both those leaks replaced or fixed with new service lines all the way from the main back up to the meter. We've had a few potholes that we've taken care of. We took care of a bad dip going into Landmark today. The pavement was given away, going in there. We cut that pavement out and brought it back up level with gravel for right now. We got the other side to cut out until we can get a contractor in here to blacktop those spots back. Still waiting on quotes back from the other spots that we have that we've cut and replaced sewer lines and culverts with.
Questions for Ed?
We're just gonna commend for the nice surface on West Main, since we all have to go that way to go home. Thank you.
Yeah, Blake and I met with the, state down there, and they promised us that they will have all 4 lanes of the bridge open by Lincoln Days.
We hope.
So, just keep your fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, next item on the agenda is the Tourism Commission report.
Not gonna give you my usual dull, boring, read piece of paper, okay? Since we've just about, completed the first several months of the commission, members thought maybe you all would like to see some of the, work that we've been doing. And we've got some pictures for you. First of all, I'd like to remind you of who the commission members are. Besides myself, Monica Wiseman serves as the vice chairman. Jeremy Hinton serves as treasurer. Dana Garrison, Roxanne King, Judge Blake Durrett, and as you know, Bonnie Miller, who recently passed away, also was on the commission. And so we're pleased to welcome Damon Barnes.
Well, not quite yet. We gotta
Well,
appoint him and vote, but we're gonna do that in a few minutes.
We should have done that first, but he's coming on board with us, so we're very, listen, hush. Anyway, we also have Beth Sadler, who serves as our commission secretary. As you know, we operate under KRS 91A350. Our mission is to advocate for the local tourism industry, to develop, market, and promote programs, attractions, infrastructure to individual and group tour markets in order to provide economic benefit, enhance the quality of life, and further civic pride. The most recent impact figures, of course, you probably saw in last week's paper or 2 weeks ago. According to the state's calculations, LaRue County generated $8.03 million in tourism activities for the year 2025. I want to also recognize our community media partners, the LaRue County Herald News, and also ABE 93.7. We appreciate everything that they do for us, and we're really, if y'all don't know it, we are really, really fortunate to have a newspaper and a radio station still in our community. We also have a couple of outstanding fellas that take our ideas from the commission and turn them into visual masterpieces. Rob Thurman and Caleb Phelps are truly gifted and talented people. They help us produce the materials that we need for print and digital outlets. Good design attracts major sales. Rob couldn't be here this evening, so yes, we got the job. Right? They say a picture's worth 1,000 words. In case you didn't know, that actually came from an ad in 1913 for the sale of tires. That's where it came from. Here we go. We're going to begin with visit Hodgenville.com. First impressions matter. The website was initially developed with an ARPA grant through the county. If you look at the logo, it resembles an official seal or an insignia. Kind of nice for a presidential community. The slogan is Lincoln and a whole lot more. It is very user-friendly, and it is constantly being updated and expanded. These are 2 separate ads that went out in some publications that we did. Go ahead. These represent 2 different projects, actually. The panels themselves were done by the museum, the city, and the county, And then the Tourist Commission was able to support the Women's Club in the Memorial Brick Project, the paths that lead to the panels. And that's a project that the Women's Club, I think, is going to continue until they get all 4 quadrants finished. The Chamber's leadership class from 2025 was able to secure the kiosk that you see the Ed and the crew working on. This is placed on the square. The information in it has local activities, local businesses, has a QR code, and it's used almost every day. We see people at it. The 2026 leadership class, by the way, in cooperation with LaRue County High School, the museum, the Tourist Commission, and AB 93.7, released in June an audio walking tour. Again, we see people all the time. They use the QR code and they're walking all around town. The longer we keep people in town, the better we like it.
Yeah.
The McDougal Lake Fest, this is pictures from 2025. This just took place over the weekend. We had 123, I think, registered participants, all ages, young to old. Some of the 70-year-olds made it around town. I think Ryan had 1 or 2 of them for lunch. I know they went to Art Gypsy and the Sweet Shop, and here they're yawning. This is kind of an interesting group because this year they came literally from all over the state of Kentucky. Even had one from Australia and just happened to hear about it and came to play.
82.
I'm sorry. 82, yes. Something else that I found very interesting. When you look for McDougal Lake, which you all know we got an address, thanks to the mayor, got an address for McDougal Lake so people can find it on their GPS. There are more than 42 listings. When I got to 42, I quit. Listings on Google for McDougal Lake. Find what moves you. This is a Kentucky theme. This video from Lincoln Days is one piece of material that was used by the state for 3 days straight. We don't have the sound with it, but they used it for 3 days straight as a social media takeover to promote our festival. The commission has produced some materials to be available on request from tourism offices and other partners. If you look up there, this is Kentucky Tourism Facebook stories for February and March of 2026. You all can read yourselves. You don't need me to read that to you. That's been used repeatedly by the state. They use it also on their Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok channels. LaRue County Environmental Education and Research Center, what we call the Pyramid Forest, was named an old growth forest last fall. It's one of only 6 in the state. It's part of the nation's old growth network that opens up a whole nother realm of people who enjoy this sort of thing. For us, its paths are beautiful, they're well maintained, and if you're like me, you're not a walker, you're not a hiker, just drive out there and sit in your car, get out and sit on the bench. It's so relaxing. In a world that is absolutely filled with noise, it is a wonderful place to be quiet and just think about things. This next one, I think you all recognize this young fella.
We are Grandview Farm. We're local here to the LaRue County area, live just outside of Hodgenville. We are honey producers, we are cut flower producers, and we're elderberry producers. And this weekend is very special for us. We're unveiling some new products. We've had these coming out for a while. We wanted the perfect atmosphere to release these products to the public, and we couldn't think of any better backdrop than beautiful Hodgenville, Kentucky, with the historic buildings around. Downtown is always so well maintained, and the community here is incredible. So we're unveiling a lot of those products today, namely with our flavored creamed honeys, and we also have our habanero infused honey. We have run about 100 colonies here in the Root County area. This is where we were born and raised, and we love being here within this community to share our wonderful products.
That was Oak's route, in case anybody didn't know him. The other piece of information to go with that, all of the booths for Lincoln Days have been sold out, Diana, 2 months ago, I think. There is a waiting list, so popularity continues. Okay, just ignore that coach there on the left and look at the ad on the right. A man for all seasons. This is kind of a generic thing that we've put together so that we can have something at the last minute. Winter, spring, summer, fall, and it outlines all the various things within the community. This is the reason the coach is up there, is because we did use this on the University of Kentucky's Cat's Paws for last fall. This is Secretary Lindy Casebeer, who's Secretary of the Cabinet for Arts, Tourism, and Heritage. He made the announcement last year that Hodgenville had been selected for the Trail Town program. I think it's important for us to remember that this program has a lot of benefits. Kentucky League of Cities recognizes within their department the extreme amount of work that goes into getting a town to Trail Town level. We've got a workbook that's about like that defines not just trails, not just outdoors. It defines downtown. It defines government. It defines education, all things within our community. And it brings a certain benefit to the local community, of course, as well as to our visitors. This was the Pyramid Forest Trail Run and Hike last year. It's not a really pretty day, but we still had a good turnout for that. Cave Land, this is two different brochures here. The one on the left is the Cave Land brochure. The one on the right is Kentucky Waterways and Adventure Trails. We do approximately 40% of our visitors drive up from the Mammoth Cave area. So we are very engaged in the Cave Land region's advertising and marketing. They work with us to make this an affordable destination for families that want to have fun with history, music, outdoor adventure, and food. That's kind of what we concentrate on with them. We also, here in our community, we host a familiarization tour for all of their information booth employees at I-65 and at Mammoth Cave. We do that every year. This was fun. The Smithsonian Institute was charged with naming places throughout America that should be seen during America 250. This is the southern region, which includes Kentucky. They were charged with designating 250 places to see during America's 250. And Lincoln's birthplace is right there at the top. The commission designed and produced America 250 banners for the city and for the county. This kind of represents the spirit of cooperation that we are blessed to have in our community. In order to connect about 21 miles of trails, the Pyramid family and the Brewer family generously provided access in cooperation with Knob Creek Conservancy, the Trail Town Commission, the city, the county, and the Tourist Commission. And that land will be preserved for many generations to come. One of the ads produced for the group travel industry, Miss Dana Garrison did a lot of work for us on some of these. Miss Dana's retired from AAA, where she did a lot of group tour planning. She created a number of itineraries that would keep people in town longer to eat, shop, and stay. We also posted some travel writers. The last one we had was here in the spring. Her work goes out across the nation. Some of you may recognize Tony Wright. Tony and his wife Rochelle she does, a podcast. It's called Road Trip Ease. The other fella in the green shirt is Seth Wheat. Seth is with Kentucky Department of Parks. He and Tony wanted to do a podcast about Hodgenville. That's in the community room. They do talk about the trails and the outdoor recreation, but they talk even more about the town and its heritage, its history, and what it offers today. Jim Shaw and Jim B. Phelps also did an outstanding podcast a few months ago with a gentleman from Nevada who does outdoor adventures. The Bio Blitz, 3 days last April, drew people from across the state as program leaders and as participants. The Knob Creek Conservancy, Trail Town, and LaRue County 4-H were the premier sponsors for that. Some of the programs that they had during that. This is the first of the 4 concerts that are produced by the Chamber and the city, and these are funded by the commission. The next one is September 4th. It'll be at Creekfront. 4th of July. There's a new welcome visitor information sign. We got 3 of those up. Thanks to Josh Singer did those for us. Mounted them on existing signposts. This is a photo that this one Rob took, I think. This is one that Rob took, 4th of July night. The fireworks were funded by the commission. Go ahead. Again, this is what the state of Kentucky is doing with our materials that we're sending to them. They really promoted the 4th of July, not only with the fireworks, but also with Abe and Mary. There's our Herald News coverage. Kentucky Ancestors has 66,000 members. They do not podcasts, but they do posts like this on a regular basis. And there's kind of a cycle that they go in. They're also followed by a group called Kentucky Historic Travels. The AARP magazine in July featured Hodgenville in an ad. And Farm Bureau magazine, I don't know if any of y'all get Farm Bureau magazine or not, but the front page, cover page, was downtown and then the story on the inside. This is a new ad for Travel, Taste, and Tour. It is going to emphasize our agritourism sector a little bit more. This will come out in the fall. Of course, fall here is usually beautiful. That's what we're working toward. We'll be having pumpkin patches, the harvesting. We have people in, what are they cutting in the fields? Tony, they're cutting hay in the fields, right?
Right.
People don't know what hay is. What are those things hanging on the barns? That's the quilt trail, which the Extension Office has done tremendous work with. So this is what we're showing people. Go ahead. The State Fair is coming up. These are some pieces that will be shown there. The Chamber takes the lead on this. They do a marvelous job. They provide all the workers, the volunteers for 10 days, all day long, plus setup and takedown. So we're very happy to fund that for them. The Best in Kentucky nominees will also be announced at that time at the State Fair. I think this year we have 10 attractions that are in competition. This is another one that we are preparing to go out. The one on the left also does fall, but we're particularly advertising Lincoln Days, the Jamboree, and then the Pumpkin Farms. Kentucky Proud in this one. The Malpass brothers there are going to be at the Jamboree in September. I had a couple in the museum Saturday who have tickets for that, who came Saturday so they could get the lay of the land and make their reservations to stay, so. Also, the piece on the right, this is another one coming out this fall. This will do a lot of the same things, and it will include the open road, the Lincoln Heritage National Scenic Byway. People want off of 65, off of I-71, they just want off of everything. So we're really promoting that. Okay. The free shuttles, Lincoln Days did this last year and it was very successful. So this year the commission is going to provide the funding to increase that. We'll have 3 shuttles available on Saturday, 2 on Sunday, and they'll run most of the day. It's free to use, nothing involved, park your cars, show. I think this is extremely appreciated by people that have mobility issues. Okay, this is,
When I first started, Miss Sarah told me you almost have to have a giving heart. And that's pretty much what it's all about. You know, we don't get paid for any of this. This is all volunteer, but I'm glad to be able to be a part of that. Pioneer Games has always been my favorite event. I get to learn more about the people that participate in it and how difficult it really is to use those saws and to split that wood. I didn't realize it took so much. There's so much behind the scene that I had no idea about. You know, with the sponsorships and the making sure the food booths are in the proper places, making sure that we've got all our bases covered. I didn't realize it was so involved, and it took so much of a community effort with it. You know, we're the only festival around that has anything close to Pioneer Games or how things were done in the old days, I guess they would say. So I think it's a very unique thing, and I hope that we can keep it going. If you don't want to become a full board member and all that, maybe just find something that interests you about the whole festival itself. I think I would probably encourage them to volunteer first, see how they like it, pick one thing if that's as far as they want to go, and just see where it takes you. Because that's pretty much what happened to me. I picked one thing, and I'm very, very happy that I did.
that was Miss Kelly Thurman, if you didn't recognize her. This is a video that was done to really show the impact and the importance of volunteers in our community. All of the videos that we did along this line are being used in various ways. We have established a real nice relationship with the mayor and folks in Lincoln City, Illinois, and Spencer County. We're trading things back and forth, bringing more of those people here. Some of you all can remember back 20 years ago when we'd have motor coach roll in from those states to come for Lincoln Days and to be a big part of our community. We'll plan to continue to support the Trail Town efforts, especially for access and safety. That's important for our local users as well as visitors. The Last Penny, maybe you've heard about this. Our Band of Hawks will be performing this show this year. This is the last year for the penny being minted, so it's a special emphasis. They're going to be on the road as well and out of state doing this. Their September 19th band contest is expected to draw between 800 and 1,000 people. And they will not all be able to eat at the concession stand, so we hope they spread it around. Shaun of the South. This is a production that will be Saturday, September 26th at Lincoln Birthplace. It is free to the public. The commission will be providing some support for that. They also will have a free shuttle service available. The details on that, I'm sure, will be provided to local media here pretty soon. So I've talked to some people who just saw him about a month ago, and they absolutely loved his performance. Things to do in Hodgenville. This is some of the tabs on the website used as promo pieces. This one also is the same thing. We have a lot of visitors staying at the Lincoln Lodge. Cody just does a marvelous job. We're so happy for him. And at our Airbnbs, which are growing, the visitor stays range from 1 night to 8 nights. A lot of people are using Hodgenville as a base and then traveling out to visit other sites from here because we are centrally located. We should have, I think, coming pretty soon, 2 more Airbnbs will join in. And I have to tell you, we really appreciate the referrals that our places are getting from the sports park, as well as from friends on the Bourbon Trail and from the cave trails. I think it also speaks to the fact that we have, since last July, at least 6 new businesses that have opened. Unfortunately, we did lose the 16th, but perhaps something will develop from that. That is the Courier Journal from the 4th of July. This is USA Today weekend, also from that time period. This is the Cincinnati paper, right there, Cincinnati Enquirer. Go ahead. Over there, you've got the Columbus Dispatch, Milwaukee, and Palm Beach. Go ahead. This one is the Savannah, Tuscaloosa, and the Oklahoman. These articles were carried by USA Today. This shows you where their distribution was. USA Today, on a good day, just a weekday, is 2.3 million viewers on a weekday. On a Sunday, it's 2.6. If you factor in all of the other outlets that they control, it's 6 million daily that get their papers. It was amazing. Not only did they use it on print, they used it on every digital avenue that they had available. Okay. Oh, this is a nice one. This was a surprise. See up there it says featured on Microsoft homepage. Open your laptop one day and there's Hodgenville right there. Microsoft has 345 million paid subscribers. Now, I don't know where all it went, but if it only went to a handful, it's something we didn't expect before. The one on the right is produced by Family Destinations. And that is an older picture, but their information is all correct. Family Destinations is just one of the smaller entities that take this information and put it out there and put it out there and put it out there. And it keeps coming back up. So, what else we got there? In September, the commission will have its grant application ready for our local organizations, businesses, etc. If they would like to ask the commission to help fund a project, this paperwork will get them started and hopefully be funded. So we're kind of there to provide technical, administrative, financial support to any of our organizations that fit within the realm of the guidelines that we have to live by. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. When you see members of the commission, please thank them for their time. They volunteer a great deal of time to do this.
I think we need to give them a hand.
I'll have a board report next month. Caleb won't come back.
Okay, thanks, Iris.
Excellent,
Appreciate the annual report.
Yeah, that was excellent.
While we're on tourism, as I'm sure most of you know, Bonnie Miller was a member of the commission and she passed away. So we have an opening and I would like for the council to approve the appointment of Damon Barnes to finish out her term, which will be through June 30th of 27, right, Iris?
Yes, sir.
Of course, then, he could be reappointed, but, I need a motion second to approve that appointment.
I make a motion to approve David Barnes for the Tourism Commission.
I'll
second.
Okay, any questions? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, now you're official. You can vote. Okay, the next item is a planning and zoning recommendation. This is a piece of property on, at 310 West Main Street. If you remember where Ed's place was down on Main Street, actually it could be just west of, if you know where my place is. It's just a little strip of grass there, really. It was B2, Planning and Zoning made a recommendation to change it to B1, and Planning and Zoning approved that recommendation. If you're old like some of us in the room, Larry Hazel had a junkyard there when I was a kid, so, but probably not very many people in here that know that. But, so we need to approve or deny this zone change. I mean, they approved it.
I was gonna say it's already been approved.
They approved it, yeah.
I make a motion, we approve it.
Yeah, I'll second it, yeah.
Tony seconded. So any questions about this piece of property? Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, I'll sign that. The next item on the agenda is second reading of ordinance 2026-03. And that pertains to, back to the Tourism Commission to add some language to when you're appointed, how your term runs.
Ordinance 2026-03, an amendment to chapter 37.72, terms of ordinance 2023-02, an ordinance relating to the establishment of a tourism and convention commission for Hodgenville, Kentucky. 31.72, terms. The commission shall be appointed to the terms of 3 years. The commissioner shall be appointed to the terms of 3 years, provided that in making the initial appointments, the mayor shall appoint 2 commissioners for the term of 3 years, 2 commissioners for the term of 2 years, and 3 commissioners for the term of 1 year. There shall be no limitations on the number of terms to which the commissioner is reappointed. Subsequent appointments shall be for a term of 3 years. Chairman of the commission and the remaining members of the commission shall serve on a voluntary basis. In the event of a vacancy shall occur, vacancy shall occur on the commission, the replacement shall be appointed as prescribed above for the remaining term of the commissioner who created a vacancy. And the part that we're adding is this section D. A full-term vacancy shall be appointed by the city mayor at the June council meeting. Appointees shall take office on July 1st of the year appointed and serve until June 30th of the end of the 3-year term. It just defines when the term starts and when the term ends, because that wasn't really defined in the first part. So we added it.
Everybody understand? This is second reading, so we need a motion.
I make a motion, we approve it.
I second.
Okay, any questions? One. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The next item is my report. We don't have much. Like Ira said, we had the McDougal Hike and Bike Fest this past weekend. First Friday was back to school, was Friday night. With pretty decent attendance on that. Had a really good band. So good food trucks. So if you don't normally come to these things, you're missing out. We do have the deed for the property that's on the corner of East Main and Greensburg Street. We have that back. It has been recorded, so it is back in our hands.
Good.
And other than that, anything else, Beth, you can think of?
I do. What is the update on the TSC?
They should start breaking ground just in 2 or 3 weeks. I think we finally got all of the paperwork passed back and forth on the street. But my understanding is possibly by the end of the month. So, I mean, they are definitely still coming. So.
Okay.
Anything you can think of?
No, not really.
Okay, floor is open for questions, comments. If you'd like to speak, when you come to the podium, state your name for the record, and you'll have 10 minutes.
Hey Jim, I got questions. What exactly is being dumped up there by the ballpark? You said it's silt. Dirt. There ain't no chemicals or nothing like that in it.
It's sediment that comes out of the process of filtering the water out of the creek.
Has it been tested?
Yeah, it's been tested, and we have
Where-
a permit.
Where can I get the test information? You
Do an open records request.
okay? And there is the permit. I can get that there too.
You can go online and get that.
Okay.
You can go to the state website and get that.
Okay.
Derek, when I had somebody call me about that about 6 weeks ago, wanted to know what it was, I called Jim. Jim told me. I took it one step farther. Before I put it out there for the public to create some kind of panic like COVID did, I went to the water plant myself.
Okay. Well, I mean,
You-
that's
you
fi-
have the option
That's
to do
that's
that.
fine. I have the option to do a lot of things.
You have the
That's
option
what
to ask
and I
questions.
also have the option to ask questions and everything else, and not get feedback from all of y'all. I mean, that's just the thing of it. And every time I come up here to ask questions, I've got this one jumping in, I've got this one jumping in, and everything else.
Okay,
My
answer
question,
your
my
question.
question. Okay,
You can move
next
on.
next question is. The EPA have they did any tests on it or anything like
I have
that?
no idea. We're not required to have the EPA tested.
Okay.
We
Well, I
have
mean,
a state permit to spread this.
okay.
Derek, it's been done for 20-some years.
Okay. Well, I mean, we're getting to the bottom of it. That's what I'm saying, is I'm getting to the bottom of all this. Y'all can laugh all y'all want to. I mean,
It's comical. You're a clown.
if you think that, that's
I know
fine.
that.
I had to work for my stuff. I didn't have stuff handed for me,
Nothing's been handed
and I
to me.
wanted everything done right.
Derek, that's enough.
Okay.
What's your other question?
My other question is where is the asphalt coming from at your heating and air business?
Well, you know what? That's really none of your business.
It is a part of my business when
But
we're
I'm
doing.
going to shut up and let me tell you.
Is that how you talk to citizens? They come up here and ask for?
Will you let me answer the question?
No.
It
I mean,
came
I think I'm
from
pretty
a
good.
private contractor that paid a private parking lot.
Okay, well, it's simple
And you've
questions.
already been told that. You harassed.
I have not.
Scotty's.
I have not been told that.
Did
Then
you
who
call
told
Scotty's?
me? Where'd it come from?
Did you call Scotty's?
Yeah, I called Scotty's
Did he
because
give
we
you
was
a-
doing road work at the same time, Jim.
Well.
At the same time. It's like when
and
you
if
get it
drive
dumped
around
out there,
Hodgenville,
it's
you
black.
can Probably figure out
And
where
then-
the parking lot it came from.
Well, which one?
I don't think
it's
that's
simple.
your business.
Well, I mean, we'll see.
Okay, you can see all you want. It came from a private contractor paving a parking lot at a business here in Hodgenville.
Okay.
I'm super interested in who feeds you all these questions.
Hodgenville sucks now.
Nah. Everybody.
Hodgenville sucks.
Well, we're-
Everybody. See, and this is what I'm talking about. This right here is exactly what I'm talking about. This is why the Attorney General is getting every bit of this information. Because if I was to sit back there and talk or say something, y'all would have already shut me up or told them to get me out of here. And your attitudes with everything is that simple.
What are you even talking about?
What am I talking about? I'm talking about comments from the crowd.
Who is here supporting you?
I don't care who's supporting me. That's what you got to understand is I don't care what you think about me. I don't care what you think about me. I don't care what you about any of y'all. I don't care what you think about me.
What other questions do you have?
Now, what are you trying to accomplish here?
What I'm trying to accomplish is the city to be ran right. And that's the problem is I've came to you with problems time and time and time again, and you throw them away. So now I've got to go in and look at every little part of the city to make sure it's right.
Did you tell us you work 70, 80 hours a week? When
60.
do you have time to do all that?
60, and here's the thing, is I get paid drive time and travel time. So when I got somebody working for
out
me,
here in a company truck.
you're right.
Company
You're
driver
right.
over here.
And I've got somebody that can drive me from job to job while I sit around and I call lawyers and I called this person
Okay.
and that one to
Do you
figure
have
all
any
this
other
out.
Questions? Do you have any other questions?
No, not right now. But I mean, I'll be back with more questions because like I said, we're gonna get to the bottom of it.
Derek, can I ask you a question?
What?
What is your address?
Don't worry about my address.
Okay.
That's what y'all
I'll
always
say
try to
this.
pull in this. I can go to Nevada. I can go to Tennessee. Anywhere I have an issue with something I can go address that
Why do you
issue.
have such an issue with Hodgenville when you don't? even-
Because y'all have took this town and destroyed the sumbitch.
Did you not see?
I do have one other thing to say, Derek, and I don't want to take any of your 10 minutes. But last month I wasn't here because of vacation. You depicted me on Facebook as a possum.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
So I'm the one in charge of Hodgenville sucks now? Is that what we're saying?
No, it was on your page. We've got copies.
Because I take it off of that and put it on here or on my
talked to
page?
my attorney. You've also said that I'm lining my pockets. Jim's lining his pockets. I run a business here, Derek. And you're going to defame my name?
How do you
No,
figure
sir.
that I'm saying
Listen-
you lie in
listen
your
to me.
pockets and everything else?
I've got it in text. I've got it. We've screenshot everything that's on your page.
Then do something
So,
about it.
It will be. This is your warning point here. You want to give me defamation of character?
Do something about
I'm
it.
not going to be a possum and I'm not going to play dead. So
That's
mark that in your book.
y'all. Y'all do what y'all need to do. I'll do what I need to do.
Well, mark that in your book. I'm not playing dead as a possum.
Whatever.
All you
See ya.
gonna do is waste 10 minutes of our time a month, and then that's as far as it's gonna go.
Okay, has anybody else got any comments? Anybody like to speak?
I would, go ahead, I'm sorry. Well,
Go ahead, Brian.
you know, I went up there personally. I have seen what we're dumping up here. I have seen where it comes from. I have seen what's going on. I have seen where the water comes in from the creek and it goes through systems and it goes through batches and it gets filtered. And this is the stuff. And there's a whole pit, if anybody wants to go see it, where this stuff goes. And that's where it goes. And just like he said, it's been getting dumped since the beginning of time. It's been getting spread in different places. And it's just a matter of it's getting dumped out there right now. And listen, people notice because there's a truck driving through town and she's dumping it through town. We've got somebody, the pit had actually gotten kind of probably fuller than what it should have been. And now we're kind of getting caught up, you know. So you're seeing it. There's nothing wrong with somebody asking a question with what's going on and why somebody's driving through town. The problem is when somebody's following somebody and taking videos and spreading false lies and false information. And to be honest, it's bullshit. And we have one clown that comes up here and spreads it, and he's got 10 followers. So don't let anybody fool you about what's going on in this town.
Hey,
Thank you.
Zach,
Yeah, I got you.
can you put those, I'm gonna show you what this pit looks like.
Yeah.
This is actually standing up at the water plant, and if you can see, this is Audrey. She drives the truck. She pumps this out. You can see at times it's been way up here. She pumps this out, and that's what we're spreading, and it's nothing but dirt. It comes out of the creek, and I mean, why would you think, why do low-lying areas that flood every year are so fertile? It's because that's what gets filters out into the area.
There's no smell. If you smelt anything, all of Hodgenville would smell like it. Especially as hot as it's been. This is right behind the water plant.
And if you drive down, if you want to see it for yourself, you can drive down behind Garrett's. That's Garrett's Furniture, the tan-looking building. You can walk right up to that fence where Audrey's standing. And if you smell anything, call me.
That's why I couldn't live in Bardstown. Bardstown stinks.
Okay, Zach, you can take it off.
All right.
I'll add this real quick.
I'm very thankful.
This, like I said, this has been done, I know for a fact, over 20-some years. No one has ever been sick from it. No one's ever claimed or complained before. Now, all of a sudden, it's got an odor.
I'm very thankful when you turn on your spigot, you have nice, clean water that comes out. Some cities can't tell you that, and we're a little bitty city and we're in great shape. So I think we should promote that more often.
You got anything to say?
That pit, when it's completely full, is well over 100,000 gallons.
Yeah.
We hire a company to come in here and clean that pit out. Just to come in, if we don't put any in it while they're here pumping it out, it's going to cost us upwards of over $20,000. You're going to have to do that 2 or 3 times a year.
It's expensive.
The permit itself is a reusable or a beneficial reuse is what it is. Anything other than that, anything other sludge than that, we can't do that. That is specific for that the state wrote us.
And my gosh, anybody that thinks that we would go spread raw sewage on a field needs their head examined.
The sewage from the wastewater plant is totally different. It has to be permitted. The farm has to be permitted. You can't change from fields to fields. You have to stay in a certain area.
And it's not sewage.
No, it's not even sewage at that point. It's about 99% water, the loads that we're hauling of that. That's not what we're hauling. You also, everybody's up in arms about it, unfortunately. You have Louisville green coming out of Louisville. It's actually a solid cake. If it's sitting on the ground, it looks like a Jell-O. They're spreading it all over Sonora. They're spreading it down in Hart County right now. They're bringing it all the way from Louisville. That stuff does stink very badly. This right here is all it is dirt, no different than what's growing, that your grass is growing in at your house. That's all it is.
Okay, Diana.
Tough act to follow.
I'm going to follow the rules and say my name is Diana Walters, and I'm the Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce. I just want to give a huge thank you to the City of Hodgenville and Mayor Jim Phelps and our incredible city employees for their support of the Back to School Bash. Together, we were able to help more than 200 kids in our community get ready to head back to school. And this is something that we can all be incredibly proud of. From helping with setup and logistics to staying late and making sure everything was taken care of, your support went far beyond simply saying yes to a community event. You showed up and worked right alongside us. Events like this are only possible when people are willing to come together for our community and most importantly for our kids. We are so grateful to have a mayor and city team who are always willing to lend a hand and help make good things happen. Hodgenville is a wonderful place to live. Moments like these are a beautiful reminder of why. When our community comes together, Hodgenville is a wonderful place to live, and moments like these are a beautiful reminder of why. When our community comes together, supports one another, and shows up for our kids, it truly shows what makes our little town so special. Thank you for continuing to show up for Hodgenville.
Thank you.
Anyone else want to speak? Okay, before we adjourn, I don't know this for a fact, but I'm 99% sure that the person that's the administrator of Hodgenville Sucks is Mr. Moore. I don't give you his first initials. He got his feelings hurt last year when we had 250-year back-to-back rains and he got water in his basement. we did have some, our sewer lines were overflowed. That was all over town. He wasn't the only person that had issues. Lots of people had issues, but he's the only person that has taken this to a level that's embarrassing. He's not just, he's after me. I signed up for this. I get paid for it. It's okay. But it's hurting businesses. It's hurting. When you pull up the internet, you look for Hodgenville, what do you think comes up? Hodgenville sucks. So, the guy can keep on doing what he does. That's fine. But he is an embarrassment to the city. And you can agree with me or disagree with me, but it's ridiculous. There's also another Facebook page, I can't even think of the name of it.
Free Speech Weekly?
Free Speech Weekly. I'm pretty sure I know who's running that. They have been on a lot lately, but their goal is to get rid of me. So, if that happens, it's okay. But it is a total embarrassment to the community. So that's just my opinion, and I get to say that sometimes.
Well, he had the opportunity to check in with FEMA. Did he not do that? I mean, the rest of us that had problems, and we had great results.
Yeah,
I mean, it was
a lot of
available.
people got paid if you filed a claim with FEMA.
Yeah.
If you had basement issues, people got paid.
Very
for that.
helpful.
So, and to say that we're not working, we work constantly on our sewer system, our water distribution.
It's a constant battle to keep it up and going.
I know it
We're
is.
constantly working on it, trying to keep going forward with this. Like the mayor said on these webs or these Facebook pages stuff, I've been attacked personally. Been told I've got a 3rd grade education, that I'm a bootlicker, and some other words I don't want to say while I'm sitting up here. I've invited the person, whoever's on Hodgenville Sucks, to come sit down with me and the state inspector. Won't do it.
Oh, no, they're not going to.
They want to be anonymous.
Come sit down with us, but they don't want to do that. And unfortunately, just like the mayor said, we've got people in our community trying to destroy our community from within, and it's sad. But we're constantly working on this stuff, just like the upgrade at the sewer plant. Nobody gets to see that, so they don't think we're doing anything. We're constantly working on this daily.
We have to, yeah.
We don't have a choice.
That's right.
Well, the people that showed up today, that's a stand back to say we're standing up too. We're not gonna lay down and be a possum and be dead, so.
Yeah.
Well, we've been doing this, Ed, forever. I don't know how many years ago, Jim, we were doing this on the city council even then.
Started 33 years ago.
Yeah. Well, it's been a long time for me
That
too.
was,
I mean, it's,
first time I was elected to the city council. So,
but,
okay.
Long time
Uh,
ago.
Anything
Yeah.
else, anyone? I know it's been a long meeting, but we mainly wanted to get out our annual tourism report. I hope you all understand the things that they are doing behind the scenes.
Yes, definitely.
it's amazing.
Kind of like having a sewer system, you don't see it, but it's happening.
If the lines plug up, trust me, we hear about it.
I bet you we could figure out a way to fix it.
And I don't know if you really got it when Iris was showing that map of the United States with all those little green dots.
Yes.
That's all across the whole United States that Hodgenville was featured in somebody's newspaper.
Exactly.
So
It's a big name
that's
newspaper.
a big thing. You can thank the tourism commission for that.
Sooner or later, we might teach people that he was born here and not in Illinois.
Right.
That's the goal.
We
But,
try.
that, I don't know if we can do that. But. All right, we appreciate all of you all that came, and,
Yeah.
Lisa.
You're up.
I make a motion to dismiss, adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Who did that?
Thank you all again. Appreciate it.